What's going on, YouTube? It's Godzilla here. Today we're going to talk about active exhaust on the Scat Pack. A little bit about it and where I got the tip from. So let's do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Check out my car club. Old Par Legends car club. Got that on the back window. And what we're going to do today, or talk about too, is everybody out there with the 2019 on-up Scat Pack Challenger Charger. Now, I got this tip from another YouTuber. I was just looking to make the exhaust a little louder. At times, it seemed. Well, I kind of just wondered that, like when the car, I was in the sun. Sorry, I had to move you out of the way. So I was wondering because I noticed one day when I was underneath the car that it had some kind of little valves, like a solenoid on the back of the exhaust. So I was wondering what those were, and I'm gonna adjust my camera here for a second. See if I can get a little lower because I'm kind of like high up here. I don't know if this would help. Nope, not going to. But anyways, I'll hold it like that. So anyways, so I got from the, like I said, the other YouTuber. He goes by Mopar Life, I believe, if I'm remembering right. But anyways, I was wondering about that. His YouTube published it because I was Googling it. So his YouTube channel popped up, and I went and looked at his page, and he's got a white or a black, might be a wrap, I'm not 100% sure, but he's got a Challenger, a Scat Pack wide body Challenger. And he did exactly what I'm going to do now that I'm going to do. So as I looked at his little tip, and now shout out to him for the great information. So I'm not going to steal anything from him or anybody else that's already done this, but this is basically, like he said, like a free, easy way to improve your exhaust note, I guess. So on these cars, they have they call an active exhaust. So in the back, those valves that I'm talking about, they, so when you first start the car, like it's loud, it starts up loud, and as it idles down and it kind of basically warms up, it quiets down a little bit. And I was like, man, you know, why does it start up loud and then it kind of quiets down? And then I do notice that, I mean, on like takeoffs and stuff like that, it gets louder, but it, like when you're in the car, you hear it, just not, I would say, like extremely loud out of the exhaust. But it's there, you know, it is there. But would I like it to be more all the time? Yes, I do. So I'm going to share that tip that he showed on how to basically take that solenoid apart. You pull a spring out and the valve turns one way and the other. One way it closes, one way it stays open at all times. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to open it and leave it open so the exhaust note and the sound of it is always the same and it never changes. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's see if it does it when I turn it on. I mean, it will start up loud, but if we let it run for a bit, it'll quiet itself down. So let me, and I don't know if you heard that. Now, I don't know if you heard that, like a squeaky noise, but those are the valves opening and closing. Right now, they're fully open. That's how loud it sounds. Now, if we let it sit here and run for a little bit, you will notice that it gets quieter as it idles. exhaust note is there, but it's gotten quieter, you can tell. So if you can hear that versus from when I just started it. So right now, the exhaust note is there, but it's not loud like it was when I first started it. And you could tell that when it first started, it was loud. Oh, you know, it's loud. And as it starts to idle down and warm up a little bit, you can hear the exhaust note getting quieter and quieter and quieter until it gets to that. And that right there is what I'm wanting to get rid of. Also, and anybody out there that has a Scat and wants to do that without really modifying the exhaust so much, so you keep that tone. Like I said, everybody always asks me, what's done to it? There's nothing really done to it. Nothing that I know of before I got the car. But the tone of the exhaust, the way it sounds right now, when I first started, I like the way that sounds. And I want it to be consistently always the same. When it quiets down like that, I mean, you know, some people might like that. Me, I like it loud. I like it to be loud. And I do notice that, I guess it depends on what mode I put it on, like custom, sport, or track, the exhaust gets louder or I guess it gets louder. I'm not 100% sure. But it always sounds the same to me. But I know for a fact that, and I know that if I'm driving it, I know the valves are probably closing a little bit and they're not fully open. I don't know when they fully get open. Maybe they get fully open when you step on it. I don't know. But honestly, I would like for it to be like that always loud. I like loud. I just like it. I mean, there's people out there that don't like it. You know, they don't like the loudness all the time, and you know, they get tired of it. And me, honestly, hold on, I'm gonna use this shelf of my wife's for a stand. Yeah, I should have done that from the beginning. But anyways, I like the way it sounds with it fully open. So by the tip that came from Mopar Life, shout out to you for that tip. I mean, like I said, I was just on Google searching those up and seeing what they were, and I knew they were some kind of valve or something. I just didn't know, you know, what they really did. So knowing that, and knowing by the tip that he had given, you know, I'm gonna do the same. So what he did, so like I said, he took off the cover plate. There's a spring in there. He took the spring off. Don't throw it away. If you ever want to throw it back in there, don't throw it away. But what he did, he just kind of took it off, made sure they were in an open position, and he zip tied it. Now, I never really followed up on his video because I don't remember how old the video was, but I don't know if that portion gets hot. I mean, I'm assuming it doesn't because it's connected to a plastic module. So if I could zip tie it on there without it melting the zip tie and falling off, I'll do the same. But let's do that. So real quick before we get into that, let me see if I can get under here, because I'm gonna turn the car around. I'm gonna back it up instead. That way I'm back there. I always like to work on my car. If I'm working on the front, the car stays like this. If I'm gonna work on anything in the back, I turn it around and put it that way. I like to be that way. I don't like to be like facing out here working on something, you know what I mean? And sorry guys if you hear me clear my throat a lot and everything. It's because it's cold season. I don't know what you say. No, it's because you know, my wife is a little under the weather, and I'm starting to think I'm starting to catch it, and I know it's going around, and with everything that's going down with sicknesses and stuff like that, especially this time of year, you know, it's not good. So take some medicine. Hopefully I can kick it before it catches me, actually, you know, get rid of it before it actually I get sick. I just hope she feels better, because I know she's feeling like crap. But anyways, so yeah, let's look under here real quick. Let me see if I can get my phone under there. Nope. I mean, I see them. I know you guys are looking. Oh, you know what? Let me see. You guys are gonna be a little sideways. trust me, you're not sideways. But you see that right there, that little black box right there? It's connected to that exhaust pipe right there. You see that? Those are the valves that I'm talking about. Those right there. Zoom you back out. Those are where we're not gonna unplug them. So I suggest don't unplug them, because if they're in a closed position and you unplug them, they're gonna stay closed. Also, I'm sorry guys. If you unplug them, you might have a check engine light pop up. So I don't want that. I don't want a check engine light popping up. After I put these wheels on, I wanted to take the tire pressure sensors. The sensors, I didn't take them out the wheels when I had the Magnum, because they were in those stock wheels and the tire light would stay off, because of those. And I was going to, and I should have did it when I had the wheels taken off. I should have did it right away. I had the tires off at the same time, and I should have just took them off, swapped them out real quick, but I didn't. I could have just went and bought some new valve stems for those wheels, some cheap ones, and just threw them on. But I was kind of like, I'm already in this spot. I don't feel like leaving. So I did that, and I was like, I'll do it again later. I'll just fucking break the bead, just get where the wheel sensor is, or the tire sensor is, and then take it off and do the same to these. But I just never got to it. So I don't have tire sensors on here, so the tire light stays on. And maybe I'm just gonna, once I get it tuned all the way, I think Pinky over there, I think he can turn them off. He'll turn the tire light off for me, and I don't have to worry about it, but I just probably should have done that. I should have just went to AutoZone real quick and got the TPS sensors and changed them out while I was there. That way I didn't have to worry about it. But sometimes I just get in a rush, or I'm in the middle of it and I'm just like, I don't feel like leaving. And I don't like leaving. If I'm in the middle of working on something in like a car or anything that I do, I hate leaving. I just really hate leaving. But anyways, no more of that. Oh, check this out, guys. I made these decals. They're gonna go, I'm gonna get the rest of them done up and sent to my guys in Tucson. These window banners like this. Also, George, with his Chrysler 300, is gonna get a new decal like that. If you see me in the Phoenix streets and you see this YouTube's Godzilla 392, that's me. But anyways, let's get to it. Block in front of the tire. Get the fuck in there. Fucking don't let me die under here, motherfucker. Goddamn fucking. Stay. All right. So I got my trusty old zip ties. Can't go wrong. And trusty old creeper. Cardboard, best known floor covering for when you get under your car that every mechanic out there in the world knows about. Cardboard. Yeah, it looks dirty, but I'd rather be on that right now than on the ground, because the ground is, I usually wash my concrete, rinse it off, sweep it with the broom, and I haven't really done that in a while. But let's get under there. All right, so here's the little module right here. And I forgot to mention, tools you need will be a 8mm or a 5/16. I have a 5/16, so this is what we're going with, and it fits just fine. So you remove those little nuts right there. Get up in here. That little nut off right there. Spring's already starting to push it out. And I think because the car is off, it's in the open position. I'm hoping, because I don't have a camera to really go that far and look. Trying to position this in the right spot for you guys. Okay. So you just kind of pull it out, and here's a little spring. And what's up, Juliana? Sleep? Like, somewhat, yeah. I would imagine that's closed. That's open. I mean, it's really hard to determine. I mean, if I can't see in there, you know, like, how do I know? And, you know, without the really looking in there, I don't know. I'm gonna assume that when it's off, that's off. It's open. I guess. Yeah, like I said, if it's turned off, you know, it's got to be in the position it sits in. And it was this position, that way, that it shows it off, or in open position. You know, so that's kind of, I guess, the thing that sucks. You're gonna have to figure it out. You know, let me see. So this pipe goes all the way through. So let me see. I'm just trying to. That's the confusing part, right? Open, closed. I guess what I could do is, you know, I can do this right here and do the other side, because the other one's right here. I don't know, you probably can't see it from that far, or yeah, it's over here on this side. Do the same. Basically, just unbolt it, and they're facing the same way, so you're gonna imagine that they're gonna face the same way. So I guess what I could do, since I'm under the car right now, I have remote start. I can just literally, you know, start it from here, see how it sounds. If it sounds quiet still, and then I guess I just work it my way. you know, turn it my way, the way I want it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, basically, I'm gonna turn it that way. All right, we're gonna start it up from right here. And then I'm gonna leave, this is that way. The camera might look different, but this is the rear, this way. So it's pointing to the front of the car. That little thing is pointing to the front of the car, and so is the other side. So like I said, I'm gonna start it from under here and then let it run. And I don't know if those are just gonna open or close from the exhaust moving itself, you know, the air passing through, but we'll see when we open it, when we start it. All right. You see the things turn. Wide open. That way, close, open, open. So now that I know that that's open, we can zip tie it. Now I just gotta find the zip ties. Oh, very hard to. All right, so there's these two holes on the bottom of this. There's a hole here and a hole here. Well, there's holes all the way around. So I'm just gonna go around. Just make sure it's in the open position before I actually tighten it all the way down. So I'm just gonna wrap it. I'm gonna pull, make sure that zip tie stays there. Pull the zip tie up. And just crank on the little, and it doesn't move now. You know, it's pretty stiff. Just don't crank enough of it that where it snaps off, but you know, that's holding it and it's not moving. And then you just repeat the other side, you know, and then you just cut off the excess, don't let it hang. Like that. And there you go. And then you go to the other side, you do the same thing, you put the actuator back on, done. And like I said, the springs, these little springs that go inside there that actually put pressure on it, and these actually, they just spin it, you know, they spin. I don't, just save them, don't throw them away, put them in a spot where you might remember, or just don't lose them. That's all I gotta say, don't lose them. You know what I'm saying? Just keep good tabs on them so you don't lose them, so they don't, you know, they don't get lost and things like that. Because you know, you never know. What if you want to throw them back on? You know, you never know. You know, eventually I'll probably just, like, honestly, I could have probably just took these off and like hung them up here and zip tied these by themselves, but then, you know, you still got to do that. But you know, regardless, you know, so I'll just put it back on just like that, you know, put all the nuts back on. Get out of there. You don't need it no more. Take you back over here where you belong. Don't move. All right, so not too bad, pretty easy. So let's see what it looks like, what it sounds like, not what it looks like, what it sounds like. I mean, it's gonna sound the same when I initially start it up, and it's gonna, you know, it's just gonna be like that. But, you know, it's gonna stay the same, right? It's gonna stay the same sound. It's not gonna quiet up. So let's try it. things like that. But you know, I'm wondering, only when you have full throttle it opens up more, and when you slow down and come through a stop, it quiets down. But I want it to sound like that all the time. I want it to warm up. I mean, it's not cold. I mean, I drove it like literally an hour ago, so, and I just started it a couple minutes ago, so, you know, it should be good. Damn, my tripod thing just broke. Little foot came out. Second one. The other one I had was stand up to like, I don't know, maybe like 5 feet. So I like that one. This one is still a tiny one. It only comes up about 2 feet, 3 feet off the ground. I don't like it too much, and the foot just broke. Oh well. Oh, it did the same. It quieted up. Huh. That's weird. I mean, I opened them, but they still closed up. It looks like, or it got quiet. Is there more than one, or more than the two? I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it just seems like it quieted it down. But those flaps are all wide open. I don't know. What's up, guys? My phone died as I was recording right in the middle. But anyways, you know, so if anybody wants to do that with the Scat, I believe it's a 19 on up. You want to pull those actuators off, and you want to pull the spring out, save the spring. We'll see how long the zip ties work, how long they last. You know, I honestly don't know if that portion of that gets hot and if it would melt them. We'll see. If I notice any differences or any clanking down there, then I know maybe that's the reason. But other than that, like I said, it did quiet down though. You know, and I don't understand. Like, maybe it's just the way it is. I don't know. Maybe there's another actuator in there. I'm not sure. But we'll go ahead and start it. Sounds good. We'll leave it like that, see what happens. Well, if you enjoyed the video, if this is helpful to some of you out there, let's turn this off. Hopefully it's helpful to anybody out there. And thank you for the tip from Mopar Life. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.